Welcome ESL to week 7 in the Lotus 79 series. We are at Indy, and right now it's Stefan Forge out on the track doing his warm-up lap. He was week 6 winner. Who will kiss the bricks today? As Forge starts his first lap around. She gets ready to go around the last turn and hit the front stretch. What type of lap time can he put together? And right now it's Freddie Trammell on top of the leaderboard. 46 seconds, 0.867. Blackwell sitting in second. T the Queen in third. Will this time hold? And it is Chris Webber on the pole at Indy. Justice Blackwell second, Freddie Trammell third, Sebastian fourth, Colby Pierce fifth, T the Queen sixth, Polly Truth seventh, Stefan Forge eighth, Rocco Stallone ninth, and Chris CGQ rounds out your top 10. A lot of names that we are not used to are in the top 10 here at Indy. We'll see what type of speed they have during the race. But I'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the race. are back and getting ready to get week 7 underway here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Your points leader is Chris Harvey, and he is currently starting 24th. Not a good qualifying run for him today. We are going 60 laps, looking at about 18 laps on fuel, probably about 3 stops. It's going to be all about some speed, some pit strategy, probably saving fuel. It's going to be a fun one here in week 7. The points, the series championship is up for grabs. Even 1 through 8, it's like separated by 30 points, which is not much. The pace car comes off, and the green flag waves, and we are underway here at Indy. Chris Webber holding on to the lead. Tita Queen hits the wall right away. She probably has some serious damage. She has some serious damage to that car already, and the caution comes out. She is on the apron there, could not get back to pit road. And let's see if we can see what happened to Tita Queen. Also Sebastian. She gets wide on the turn and just smacks the wall. That's right on board. She hit that wall pretty good. Not sure what happened to Sebastian. There's quite a few cars. It looks like they got caught up in some serious traffic here. Sebastian put someone else into the wall there as well. It's the 42 of Tyler Markle. Oh, and there was chaos there. A lot of cars involved. And they make contact, and there they go into the wall. The 51, Axel Raven, everyone, Chris Lee. Man, oh man. Let's try to ride on board the 51. And that looks like that's... Man, that looked like that was... I want to say... What's that, Freddie? No, that was not Freddie Trammell. I'm not sure who that was. That created this whole mess here. That was David Leathers. He makes contact with Axel Raven, and it opens the floodgates. And then there's chaos already here at Indy. So already a few fast drivers out. out this race. Maybe they can do some repairs and come back out. Nobody goes a lap down until the green flag waves. Got Justice Blackwell on pit road. You see T the Queen, Sebastian, Tyler Marco. So many cars involved early on. As we get the 1 to go. And Leathers beats out that pace car. So he's going to remain on the lead lap. Great job by his pit crew to hurry up and get him back out on the track. And he was the one involved in the wreck. Not sure if it all started with him, but it was him and Axel Raven that got caught together. And Tita Queen, she was in a separate incident. She hit the wall. Sebastian got into Marco. It was just chaos in that first lap. But now we're going to restart single file, and we'll see how this plays out. Ovals have been very wild all season long. So there's only 2 cars that are still on pit road. It's Axel Raven and Trunnion. David Leathers just has caught up to everyone else as we're getting ready to restart this race. And the green flag waves, and we're underway once again. There's actually a few more cars still on pit road. Justice, Sebastian, Colby, and Tita Queen. Axel and Trunnion are in the garage. And it's David Leathers in the lead, with Freddie Trammell trying to fight for second. And Polly Truth in third. He's had a rough go all season long. Could today be his day that he puts it all together and has a solid race? Chris Webber holding on to this lead. And now it looks like Freddie Trammell might be able to take it in the inside. As we're 3 wide heading into turn 3. Now it's Freddie Trammell. He is in the lead. But it's not going to be for long. Chris Webber definitely has a lot of speed here today. But it looks like there's speed on both the high and the low lane. Which is going to create some great racing here today. Like I mentioned earlier, you're looking at about 18 laps for the fuel window. So you're probably looking at 3 stops unless drivers can stretch out the fuel. And we're still double file going into turn 1. We have 2 packs. We have this first pack here with about 10 cars, and then we have that second pack. And in the lead of that pack is Andrew Green. He is currently in 9th. As he makes contact there. And that was close. He almost made contact with that wall. That's all it takes. We saw what happened to T the Queen early on. As the 51 of Chris Lee is back out on the track. That is good to see. Currently in 22nd. Chris Webber maintains that lead. You see that number 11. He has quite a bit of speed. That's Colin Pierce, currently 15th in points. We are at that point of the season that you have to have a good run from here to the end if you want to have any chance at the championship. But right now, everyone is content being double file. No one is doing anything too risky like they did in the first lap. Yodi Logic up 14 positions, currently in 10th, doing a great job. He is 4th in points. And the caution is out. And that is Chris Harvey. Let's take a look at what happened with the number 9. He makes contact with the 177, and that's all it takes. He goes for a ride. Let's take a look from the chopper cam. You see the 9 back there. Yodi Logic kind of slows down. And now he's coming into the 9's line. Makes contact. And it sends the 9 going. Let's ride on board the number 9 of Chris Harvey. He goes for a ride. It looks like he might be okay. Colin Pierce heads on to pit road. We're about halfway through the run. Well, pretty close to the halfway through the run on fuel. We'll see if this is a regular scheduled stop. And that is, he's just putting some fuel, maybe got some tires. And he is on his way. So he's going to be on a different cycle than everyone else. So maybe the number 11 team, they're going to take a risk today. But Chris Harvey, you know, he was in that incident, and it doesn't look like he had any serious damage. He did not go onto pit road. So that is good news for that team. And he is your points leader. So lucky for him, nothing serious happened. It looks like they just made contact with the tires there. We'll see if we get the one to go this time around. And we do. We have 18 cars on the lead lap still. David Leathers with the fastest lap in the race. Right now your leader is the number 13. He is currently 19th in points. He has no top fives, 2 top 10s in the season. We'll see what he can do the rest of the way. Pace car comes off once again, as we already had 2 cautions so far. And the green flag waves, and here we go. You have 2 Desperado teammates, 1 and 2. With Chris and Chris. And then it's Freddie Trammell in 3rd. Rocco Stallone, he's having a good run. He is in 4th. And then it's last week's winner, Stefan Forge, in 5th. But Freddie Trammell, he regains the lead, and the caution is out again. The caution comes out once again, and the 51 is involved again. Let's see if we can get a good picture of what happens here. As they're 3 wide coming out the turn, that is never good. It's T to Queen. No, the 51 just goes high. The 17 goes for a ride. They're 3 wide. The 51 is on those pebbles. And that is never good. He just keeps riding high into the wall. And that creates the incident here. That looks like that's Tyler Markle. He's involved. Not a good day for these drivers, that is for sure. See the Queen. Unfortunately gets caught up in this mess. Not a good day for her today. There's a few cars that were on pit road. Chris Harvey, he's coming out. It looks like they were fixing something on that car. He was on pit road for over a minute. But he is still on the lead lap. Right now, Tita Queen is currently in the garage. We'll see if she makes it back onto pit road. Chrisley is back on pit road. See if they can repair that car some more, man. It just not has been his day. You know, he's always had a fast car. It just seems like in ovals, man, he's just has some seriously bad luck so far. Because when he runs good without any incidents, he does very well. And Tita Queen, she is on pit road now. And she's missing both front wings of that car. We'll see if she makes it back out on the track. As that is our third caution of the day. We might be here for a while if this continues. We get the one to go once again. And we still, considering all these cautions we've had, we still have 18 cars on the lead lap. Colby Pierce, he's in the garage. Axel Raven and Trunnion are in the garage as well. And we haven't even had our first round of pit stops yet. But some drivers have come in already. Zach Holdorf, Colin Pierce, Ricky, Chris Harvey. So those drivers are going to be on a different schedule here. David Leathers, not really. He pitted on lap 1. Pace car comes off once again. And the green flag waves. And the number 13 of Chris, he is still in the lead. And his teammate Weber, he's in second. Followed by Freddie Trammell and Rocco Stallone. You see Freddie Trammell in the inside. He's going to try to make this pass here. He's had a little success on the inside. They almost touched there. And there's Rocco Stallone. He took advantage of that as those cars got a little loose. Now it's the 13. He's in the inside getting a push by Weber. And they're going to go back to the lead. So it's back and forth between these three. You want to just put yourself in a good position towards the end of this race. Give your chance a shot to win as they make contact, and there's another wreck. And there is carnage all over the track. Serious carnage. And Paulie Truth, he cannot catch a break. Is Yodi in the inside? Yodi does an aggressive move. Man, Colin Pierce is caught up in that bell. It looks like that's the 56. Yodi Logic was very aggressive. You see him in the inside. Well, maybe that's Rocco Stallone, actually. That is Rocco Stallone. He's very aggressive in the inside, trying to make a pass there. He rides up a little bit up the track and makes contact with the 274. The 7 is involved. David Leathers, Polly Truth, Bell, Cradle. A lot of cars, a lot of carnage, a lot of wreckage, cars torn up everywhere. There's a few cars on pit road. And that's Freddie Trammell. Yodi's on pit road. A lot of these drivers are aggressive early. There's a lot of torn up cars right now. And we are only 10 laps into this race. See Trey Smith, his car is torn up. We'll see if we get the one to go this time around. And we do. There's a few cars still on pit road. Right now, we're still showing 14 cars on the lead lap, but those cars on pit road have to get off before that green flag waves. If not, they will be going a lap down. Jody's still on the lead lap. He's going to make it back to the field. As we're getting set to start this race once again. Hopefully we can get a few green laps in without any incidents. And it's Chris. He's your leader with Weber in second, Forge in third. You see Tita Queen coming out of pit road. I mean, at this point, with all the wrecks happening, even if you're a few laps down, you might have a chance at this thing. So it's good to get your car back out there on the track. Now we're double file. Now it's Stefan Forge and Andrew Green. Andrew Green in the inside. Stefan Forge, he's in the outside. Andrew Green holding on to the lead, but for how long? Now we're showing 9 cars on the lead lap as Colin Pierce, he is on pit road. And the top 4 have pulled away. There's that second pack. Chris Harvey, your points leader. He has survived all this carnage. He was even involved in it, and here he is trying to battle for 5th. And he almost makes contact there with Blackwell. That was close. These drivers do not want to see another caution come out. And there is Andrew Green on pit road. This looks like these are scheduled stops. As the 13 comes in and the 26. This is definitely a scheduled stop. And right now, it's Weber and Forge. They're trying to battle for the lead. And here comes Chris, the number 13, out of pit road. And Andrew Green is still on the pit road, so he has an issue. And here comes the leader, Chris Weber. And Chris Weber, he's out of fuel. He missed his pit stall. He's trying to battle Forge. And he cannot get on to pit road. And he has run out of fuel. That might trigger the caution. We will see. Stefan Forge coming out of pit road. And there's the caution because of Chris Weber. He ran out of fuel. So that has triggered the caution. And I am not seeing the pace car. Everyone is waiting for the pace car. That's why everyone is slowing down. Pace car was slow to come out. And right now it's Zach Holdorf, your leader. And Chris Harvey in second. Ricky in third. Yodi fourth. And Chris, the number 13, in fifth. Stefan Forge in sixth. David Leathers comes out of pit road. We only have a few cars on the lead lap. Zach is up 12 positions. There's so many cars in the garage. Bell Crano, Colby, Rocco Stallone, Axel Raven, Trunnion, Polly Truth. Chris Webber, he had ran out of fuel. He is back on pit road. And he is back out on the track. He is still on the lead lap. We have 8 cars on the lead lap. We should get the one to go this time around. And we are only a quarter through this race, 15 laps in. So just because you're in a few laps down doesn't mean you have a chance to win this race. It's been a wild one here. It's tough in the entry for this pit. You know, to get out to pit road, you're coming in so fast around the last turn. If you're in the outside, like what happened to Weber, you could easily miss the pit entry. And if you're so low on fuel, there's no way you can make it back around. But officially, we have 8 cars still on the lead lap. And the green flag waves, and we are underway. Well, we were underway for a second here. It was the 17. She could not make it around. Hopefully we could end this race today at the rate we're going. Caution laps do not count. As we look further in the schedule next week, we are at Sebring, and then is Worldwide Tech, then WeatherTech, Twin Ring, Road America, and Daytona Road Course is where we finish the season for the Lotus. And following this race is the next gen, as there's only 3 more races on the schedule before we start the playoffs. But we are at Pocono today. Then they go to New Hampshire and close out the regular season at Auto Club. So there's only 3 more chances for drivers to get in with a win in the next gen series. But let's do a rundown of your top 10 in points. Is Chris Harvey. He is your leader, your points leader. Sebastian, he is second in points, currently 14th in this race. Chris Harvey is second. Axel Raven, he is currently 24th. These are unofficial. Yodi Logic, he is currently 4th, and he is 4th in points. T the Queen is 5th in points. She is currently 19th. Andrew Green, he's 6th in points. He is currently in 8th. Stefan Forge, he's 7th in points. He is currently 6th. Harry, he is 8th in points. He is currently 20th. And then we have 2 drivers that are tied for 9th. Colby Pierce, he is currently 22nd in the race. And Freddie Trammell, and he is currently 12th. And him and Colby Pierce are tied for 9th in the points. Let's hope we could get a few green laps in. As we get ready to start this race once again. And here we go. Green flag is out. And Zach Holdorf, he is your leader. But he's going to have to deal with Chris Harvey. Chris Harvey is extremely fast. As he goes to the inside, he's going to try to make this pass. He easily gets by the 24. And I think this is the first time Chris Harvey leads all day. In third is the number 8 of Ricky. It's a back and forth between Harvey and Holdorf. little further back in fourth is Chris Webber. Then you have Andrew Green, Stefan Forge, the 13 of Chris. Yodi in eighth. As your leaders continue to go at it back and forth. This is when it gets a little crazy. They go 3 wide. It's never a good thing at this track because of the amount of speed they go into the turns. And now someone heads off to pit road, and that's Zach Holdorf. He is on pit road. Not sure who's that back there. It looked like someone had spun out. I think that was Ricky, not too sure. We still have a battle for the lead. Is Weber. In there is Forge. Harvey's on the outside. Some of these drivers have to pit soon. You do not want to get caught in the outside. We saw what happened to Weber. He couldn't get onto pit road. Ran out of fuel. Ricky, Ricky's on pit road. Stefan Forge, he is your leader. With Chris Webber and Chris, the number 13, right behind him. And Chris Harvey. These top 5 have run away from everyone else. And something definitely happened to the number 8. He is still on pit road. And he was the car that spun out. But it didn't make the caution come out. So now we only have 7 cars on the lead lap. The other 2 are way off, not off the pace, but they're not part of that first pack, which is Yodi and Zach. And now it's Andrew Green. He is he had the lead for a little while. Now it's Chris Harvey. He's trying to get pushed up front by Weber. And now Chris Harvey goes on to pit road. And this is definitely a scheduled stop for the number 9. So it looks like that fuel window is close to about 15 laps or so. It depends if you lead a few laps as well. But Chris Harvey's coming out of pit road now. And now Stefan Forge, he's your next one onto pit road. And it's Andrew Green. In front of them is a lapped car, Javier. These cars can cause some problems for the leaders here. Stefan Ford still on pit road, and here he comes. We'll see where we end up once these leaders cycle through on pit road. Chris Webber, he pitted on lap 15, so he could go a few more laps before he comes in. The same with the number 13. And the number 26 of green. But they have to deal with these lapped cars. It's probably slowing down their lap times. Chris Webber finally gets by those lapped cars. And he might just pull away from the 13 and 26. They are stuck behind these lap cars, trying to get by. And it looks like they're going to get by them in the front stretch. But it looks like after a very rocky start in this race, it looks like we're finally getting some green flag laps in. But now it's Chris Webber in control of this race. About a 2.5 second lead. In second is Chris. And Andrew Green in third. Stefan Forge in fourth. And Chris Harvey in fifth. He's right behind his teammate of Chris Lee. So Chris Webber should come in the next few laps. He pitted lap 15. You're looking at about 15 laps on fuel, give or take. This is the same man that ran out of fuel earlier in this race. And here he is in the lead. Chris Webber is currently 13th in points. So if he could get a win today, he could definitely jump up in the standings with so many good cars that wrecked out early. There's Justice Blackwell. He moved up to 8th. Yes, he passed Colin Pierce. Chris Webber's going to have to deal with lap traffic because some of these cars, they were involved in some incidents. So they have some damage even though they're out on the track, so they're not as fast. We'll see if he comes in onto pit road next time by. There's a great chance that a Chris wins today, that is for sure. And Andrew Green, he's on pit road, as this is a scheduled stop. That looks like Colin Pierce, and that is Colin Pierce on pit road. Chris should be coming in any lap now. And here comes Andrew Green out of pit road. There's the 13 of Chris and the other Chris. Chris Webber, your leader. He's on pit road. These are scheduled stops. And there you see the number 9 of Harvey. But he is stuck behind that 51. And here comes Andrew Green as there's still the leaders are still on pit road. As now they come out of pit road. Can Andrew Green get by the leader? As the leader goes around turn 2. Webber had a great stop there. And there is Chris. The number 13 in second, Andrew Green in third. Now your leader, Stefan Forge, he pitted on lap 24. So he will have to pit in lap 39. Well, roughly around lap 39. He has almost a 7-second lead on Chris Webber. It's going to come down to pit strategy here. And if you put, if you have a great pit stop or not. Unless another caution comes out. But we are past the halfway point of this race. As Chris and Green continue to battle. For third place. Chris Harvey in 5th. And he's content with getting a top 5 today. It's all about being consistent. He's your points leader. Sebastian was 2nd, and Sebastian is currently 13th. So Chris Harvey definitely could not gain ground, but he could extend his points lead if he could at least finish in the top 5. But let's ride on board the 26 for a lap. You can see how much these two have slowed down because of that lapped car. And I think that is David Leathers. His rear wing is all mangled. That car is definitely hurting, but it's slowing these two guys down. And there's Stefan Forge. He should be coming in any lap now. As now he is right behind Freddie Trammell. He needs to get by Trammell here. But he has a 15-second lead over Chris Webber. That is in second. And he is also dealing with a lap car in front of him. So these drivers have to try to navigate through all this traffic. There's a lot of slow cars out on the track. But Forge doesn't come in this time around either. And there's Chris Harvey. He just like leapfrogged the 13 and the 26 because they're caught up behind Leathers. So Chris Harvey blew right by both of them. Now he got his sights set on Chris Webber. So traffic definitely playing a role here. The track is down to 90 degrees. It's definitely cooled off some. When we first started, it was like 96, 97 degrees. Now it's Zach Holdorf. He is on pit road. And this is a scheduled stop for the 24. And he is having a good run today. He escaped a lot of the carnage. He is currently 23rd in points, so he's struggling. And maybe with this race, he can turn things around as he comes out of pit road. As the leader passes him by. And the leader has yet to pit. He needs to be coming in any lap now. I don't think he can stay out much longer. Now it's Ricky, the number 8. He's on pit road. And Forge continues to stay out. As we have 21 laps to go here at Indy. Now Forge's lead is 10 seconds over Webber. You see Webber there in front of Blackwell. And there's Chris Harvey. Up 21 positions. He had such a bad qualifying. He qualified 24th. And here he is in third. He escaped so many incidents. He actually got into a wreck himself. And here he is in third. But right now is when will Stefan Forge come onto pit road? As you see Zach Holdorf get going by. Zach Holdorf has fresh tires on that car. And he flew right by the 96. Now Colin Pierce is on pit road. Does Forge come in this time by? He was on the outside there. If he was going to come in, he missed entry onto pit road. And there's Colin Pierce, currently in ninth, 2 laps down. And Chris Harvey, he comes in. This is a scheduled pit stop for the number 9. as the number 9 comes out of pit road. And now Stefan Forge finally comes onto pit road. And Chris Webber just passes him by. Forge needs to have a good stop here. You cannot have a bad stop. The average pit stop is about 34 seconds, 34, 35. And his was 35, so he is right with the average of everyone else. Yode's on pit road. Blackwell just came out of pit road, currently 8th. Yode's currently 7th. And this is your new leader, Chris Webber. He pitted on lap 31, so he would have to pit and lap a few more laps. About 2 or 3 more laps. In second is Andrew Green. He is also due to come in onto pit road. This is definitely going to be an interesting finish with all these different pit strategies here. But Andrew needs to come in one more time. The Ironsides on pit road. Freddie Trammell on pit road. Currently 11th and 12th. Stefan Forge, he pitted lap 43. So he would have to come in lap 58. Can he stretch it to the end? The same goes for the number 9 of Chris Harvey. Can he stretch it to the end? It's going to be so close for those two drivers. Did they top off their fuel? We're definitely in for a very interesting finish here. It's going to come down to who does a great job in saving fuel until the end. As Webber crosses the line, we have 14 laps to go at Indy. Ken Webber. Bring home the checkered for Desperado Racing. He has no wins this season. He would love to get a win today. The same with Andrew Green. He has no wins. He would love to get a win today. As Chris Harvey, he's trying to pass Zach Holdorf. This is for 5th. This is how this race was supposed to go from the start, but it was just chaotic in the beginning. When does Webber come in? And as soon as I say it, he comes onto pit road. He cannot have a slow stop here. Andrew Green comes in. With this stop, they can make it to the end on fuel. They have to be in and out of pit road without any issues. Now Weber comes out of pit road. As Stefan Ford just passes him by. And there goes Andrew Green. And now your leader is the 13, and now he comes on pit road. Stefan Forge is rounding turn 4. Stefan Forge will be your new leader, but does Stefan Forge have enough fuel to get to the end? Chris needs a good stop here. About 34 seconds. Forge, he has the lead. Most drivers can extend it, maybe 16 laps, maybe 17. If he can stretch it 17, it's going to put him right at 60. He might run out of fuel on the last lap. It's going to be close for the 96. Does he have enough fuel with 10 laps to go? He only has about a 5-second lead over Weber. Weber's on those fresher tires. He might be able to even close that gap. And then Andrew Green, he is way back. About 19 seconds from your leader and about 15 seconds from second place. But he is caught behind this slow car. I think that's the 51 of Chris Lee. They have to get by him. They're just losing a ton of time. And that looks like that's Nate Ironsides. This will be their best chance here to pass him on the front stretch. They might be trying to draft off of him, but he's got too much damage to be doing that. They need to get by him. They lost 3 seconds that last lap to the leader. Now the leader has to deal with traffic. Seven laps to go. And Zach Holdorf and the 13. They flew by Andrew Green and Chris Harvey as they're stuck behind this car. Not sure why they're not trying to get by him. They're going to continue to lose time. They're losing about 3 seconds a lap. Now they're 25 seconds behind the leader. And Chris Webber has gained some ground on Stefan Forge. He's only about 3 seconds behind. Earlier he was about 5, so he's almost gained 2 seconds. But the question for the 96, can he make it to the end? If he cannot, Chris Webber will take the lead easily and probably win this race, because Webber can make it to the end without any issues. Forge continues to stay out. And there you see Chris Webber not too far behind. Only 2.9 seconds behind now. Now Zach Holdorf on pit road. We'll have to keep an eye out for the number 9 as well. Can he make it to the end? Out comes out the 24, currently in 7th. Now Forge is behind Chris Lee. And there's Chris Webber on the outside. He caught up to Forge so quick. Now we have a battle for the lead, as we were 3 wide going into that turn. Chris Webber has the fresher tires. As Colin Pierce heads on to pit road. 2 more laps to go here at Indy. Side by side going around 1. Does Forge have enough fuel? Webber trying to make that outside work. I think Forge is going to risk it to the end. As we go around turn 3, still side by side. Forge doing everything he can to hold on to the lead. As now we're in the front stretch. As the white flag waves, this is the last lap at Indy. And they're still side by side heading into 1. No one wants to give up this lead. Who is it going to be? The 96? Or is it going to be Webber? Does the 96 have enough to make it to the end? As now we're in the backstretch heading into turn 3. They're still side by side for the last 2 laps. We going around turn 4. As we hit the straightaway, they're still side by side. Who's going to win here at Indy? And it's Chris Webber. He wins. What a finish at the end. Weber gets his first win of the season. Stefan Forge, he stretched that fuel to the end, but couldn't pull it off. And he just ran out of fuel. He pushed it to the limit. Those fresher tires helped Weber so much towards the end. He closed that 5-second gap. He ate that up in about 5-6 laps and took the lead at the wire. But congrats to Chris Weber in second, Stefan Forge third, Chris CGQ. Andrew Green was fourth. Great run by him. Fifth was Chris Harvey. Great run by him, your points leader. Top five. In sixth was Yodi. Seventh, Zach. Eighth, Justice Blackwell. Ninth, Colin Pierce. And rounding out in 10th. Your top 10 is Ricky. We had a rough start to this race. Very rough start. But then once we really got going, we had some great racing here at India. We had a photo finish at the end. But Weber steals that win with a few laps to go. But up next in about 15, 20 minutes, it's the Next Gen Series, and we are at Pocono, and that will close out week 7 in the regular season. But like always, thank you for supporting the stream and the league. I will see you guys next time.